very happy that you have also considered cooperation as an institutional intervention for development. This is a very interesting form of business organization, which you should have a better understanding before getting into start a cooperative society for your economic activity or for social empowerment. Let me just give you a brief note about how cooperatives are performing throughout the world for 5 to 10 minutes. Then let us proceed to the basics. You know very well that throughout the world, around 200 countries in this world have got cooperative societies for many purposes. As Professor Michael Taragan was just mentioning about cooperatives in Kerala, particularly workers' cooperative societies, you will find cooperatives throughout the world, whether it is a free market economy or a command economy or a mixed economy, you will find cooperative societies. Irrespective of any form of economy, you will find cooperative societies. That is the uniqueness of cooperative societies. When comes political governance, if you in some pockets we have democracy. United States of America, we used to call it as a democratic country. We also have monarchism in many countries, particularly in Arabian countries, you will find monarchism. And in other countries, you will find communistic, authoritarian states as well. Whatever it may be, they just used to select cooperative societies as their institutional intervention for development of particularly poor people in their country. So this is an accepted business form which has been in existence for long years. This is the case with all segment. If you see low income group, or for middle income group, or even for rich people, we can start a cooperative society. Normally for proletariats, normally for agriculturists, normally for industrial workers, we used to start cooperative societies. But this model is applicable for all segments of the people in the world, and that's how we need to see that it fits to all economic sectors, whether it is a primary sector, agriculture, or an industry, or for a service sector. You can start cooperative societies. I can quote innumerable number of cooperative societies throughout the world, particularly in our state of Kerala. And you know very well that our state is cooperatively developed state, and we have cooperatives from cradle to graveyard. Until your death, from birth, you will have cooperative societies. We have cooperative hospitals for giving birth. We have cooperative schools and colleges for getting education. We have cooperative industrial cooperative societies to work, or service cooperative society to get finance, or insurance facilities. And you have other cooperative societies to do any other activities like purchase of consumer goods. We have consumer cooperative society. We have housing cooperative society. And for all sectors, we have fisheries, as Taragan sir was mentioning. Fisheries cooperative sector is performing better in Kerala. We have both inland fisheries cooperative societies as well as marine fisheries cooperative societies performing better. We are in a position to process and export fish to many other countries. So this is the trend which you could find it. I think I will stop it and let him just translate. We will proceed next. So let me also just try to add one more thing which you should have a better understanding, is that we started having organized form of cooperatives. If you see the human civilization, history of human civilization, we were living together. Whether during Stone Age or after that, we were living together. But the organized form of cooperatives we started in Britain. Britain, particularly in Britain. And the successful model is Rothschild Pioneers model. In 1844, we started it, and that was the best model. And that is a consumer cooperative model. That is a consumer cooperative model. And after that, we could find almost throughout the European countries, particularly in German, we started having credit cooperative societies. Both in the rural areas as well as in the urban areas, we started having rural cooperative societies, credit cooperative societies. And it started spreading in all other states for all other activities. Like if you go for Denmark or Sweden or Norway, where you will find dairy cooperative societies. They are performing better. And if you go to any continent for that matter, you will find a cooperative society. Of course, Europe was not colonized by any other countries, but when you go to United States of America, that was colonized, and they are just, they had a history of only 450 years. They were also started cooperative society. For your information, in United States of America, 46% of the total agricultural produces are marketed through cooperative societies in United States. It's a capitalistic country, but 46% of the total agricultural produce marketed through cooperative societies. In Canada, we have got a well-developed food agribusiness cooperative societies. That is the case with the Latin American countries. Of course, all Latin American countries, you will find cooperatives as an institutional intervention. And they accepted it, and for all activities, you will find it. And if you see the Arabian countries, though there were monarchs or some other type of rule which you have not witnessed here in India, there also you have cooperative societies performing better. When comes Russia or Albania or China, where communism or socialism is spreading like anything, and you will find there also cooperative societies. Almost all agricultural activities are cooperative societies. If you just come down to Africa, immediately after Second World War, you will find liberation or freedom from British colonies and French colonies. So these two people were colonizing many countries in Africa. So British colonies and French colonies were fully relieved from their clutches, and they started accepting cooperatives as an institutional intervention. If you go there in Africa, you will find in almost all countries cooperatives as a best form of organization for almost all agriculture operation and for other activities also. If we come down to Asian countries, again, we were under the British colonial period, and British people introduced cooperatives in our India as well. In 1904, we started having the first act, 1904 Act, and that has come only with the model of Raiffeisen. Raiffeisen means German model, German cooperative credit cooperative societies. We took that one and we started having cooperative societies in India, and that is the model for all other Asian countries. Then if you go to Japan, that is the best country for cooperatives, agriculture cooperatives, insurance cooperatives. And almost all activities in Japan are being carried out by cooperative societies in the rural as well as in the urban areas. Though it is developed country, you could see the impact of cooperatives. Korea, of course, day for yesterday, from 29th onwards, we are having International Cooperative Alliance Congress is taking place in South Korea, Seoul, where cooperatives are performing better. So why I'm just mentioning all these things, let me just touch Australia and New Zealand, where you have got fruits and vegetables cooperative society, agriculture cooperative societies, the solar energy cooperative societies. So if you go to any country for that matter, you will find cooperatives as a model, and that particularly for the proletariats, particularly for the agriculturists. So this is the one which you have to understand before getting into the concept of cooperatives, what a cooperative is. So with this introduction, let me move on to the concept. So let's move on to the basics of cooperatives. First, you need to understand meticulously that the cooperatives are functioning with some values, some principles. So if you just ignore these values and principles, you are not supposed to start a cooperative society. If you want to make money in different mood, different way or other ways, you better don't choose cooperatives as a form of organization. So it's value-based organization. Cooperative is a value-based organization. Those cooperative societies failing are against values, and that is the reason why we try to see that the cooperatives are started functioning with values. So that basics we would like to have a better understanding, and over a period of time and I'm not going to the history of how the principles have come into effect, but from 1995, one late, he was professor in Canada, and he just, Ian McPherson has prepared this. Thank you. Ian McPherson has prepared this statement, and it was approved by the International Cooperative Alliance. It is called Statement on Cooperative Identity, 1995. So which gives you a clear picture how a cooperative society should be and should function, how a member of a cooperative should behave, and how a person, whoever involved in whatever way with the cooperative society, should perform. So that is what we are going to have an understanding, and this has got three components. One is definition of a cooperative society, the second one is values of cooperation, the third one is principles of cooperation. This is the basic thing. Those who are from Hindu religion may be knowing that Gayatri Mantra. It's like a Gayatri Mantra, or Christians or for Muslims, it's like 10 commandments. So this is the basic foundation. That's why they just give the word building blocks. If you just understand this properly, you should understand whether we should start a cooperative society or not. So let's start with the definition of a cooperative society. A cooperative society is an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. Let's see, every word is packed word. Every word is packed, and you should have. If you understand this meticulously, then you can understand other things very easily. A cooperative society. A cooperative society may be a primary cooperative society. Particularly, we are referring primary cooperative society, or a central cooperative society, or a federal cooperative society, or even international cooperative alliance network. So a cooperative is an autonomous association of persons. Here we need to understand that autonomous, we should stand on our own legs, and no one should control us. No one should control. That means no one should overpower us. If somebody is saying that you are against values, and we are supposed to adhere the laws of this land. Autonomous means we should stand on our own legs, and we can take decisions, and we can just take decisions based on the constitution of our nation. So we need to be an autonomous organization. We are not subservient to anyone. We are not subservient to anyone. We are our own organization, independent organization. Our persons. Here, persons denotes two things. But in a primary, let us take an example of primary cooperative society. A primary cooperative society may be with individuals, you and me, physical persons are members of the cooperative society. In our Kerala Cooperative Societies Act, we have a provision to admit village panchayats or some self-help groups or some other cooperative societies as members of this cooperative society. They are all legal persons. There are legal persons. Normally, physical persons like you and me are members of the cooperative societies. Am I to stop it and you tell me? Yeah. Please. I'll let me complete the fully the definition. You can okay. United voluntarily. United voluntarily means you are not forced to join in a cooperative society. We should not force anyone to join a cooperative society. People should come together unite voluntarily. They should come together on their own, free will. With their free will, they should come together to meet their common economic. So now I said we need to have a common economic need. What is this common economic need? Suppose you are just in some 500 fishermen or rural village people are living in and around a big lake, right? Say for example, or in a river basin, they are just living. And you can just, there are two ways you can go and catch fish if there is abundance in your, abundantly available in your lake or in the river, or you can go for your own aquaculture farms. And here we are just doing aquaculture farm in the seashore area. We have a low-lying area where we will just, go for aquaculture. We will just have one and we will, cultivate. That's a very good income generating activity, which we have it in the Kerala state, very nearby. If time permits, you can take them also, whether agricultural activities are going on or fishing activities going on. But 6 months agricultural activity, paddy cultivation, 6 months fishing. So that's how we are doing it. So if you want to do, you want to start a cooperative society, and everyone should feel the necessity that we are catching fish. This fish should get a good price. So how could we get good price? That's an economic need. That is an economic need. How could we get good price? Suppose you are just catching one type of fish. On the market, it costs 100 rupees per kilogram. Whereas when at this seashore area, your lake area or river side, you may be selling it at 20 rupees, 30 rupees per kilogram. See, that's why you are going for a cooperative society, and you can just collect pool together, and you can call the traders, and you can go for an action. So this is possible, and that's the economic need. All milk producers in a Gujar village, you have milk producers. Everyone has got one buffalo, two buffalo, or some cow. They may have it, and they are milking it. When comes some private traders are coming and taking it for 20 rupees, 25 rupees. Whereas if you are just collecting it, pooling it, and trying to chill it and convert it into cream or butter or any other product and sell it in the urban market, you can get more price. So that's the model, which is a very famous model. We have Amul model, very, very famous model, and we are also implementing it. At the primary level also, you can do it. Very nearby Thrissur, very nearby, there is a place called Valakkavu. There is one primary cooperative society. They are, collecting milk, and they are chilling it, packing it in sachets, and it is being sold throughout Thrissur. So that is also possible. So that is an economic activity, economic necessity. It's a demand, economic demand. So there must be a common economic, social and cultural needs. If you have common needs, common social needs, economic needs, cultural needs, you can think of a cooperative society. Otherwise, we are not supposed to start a cooperative society. For my benefit or for my brother's benefit, we are not supposed to start a cooperative society. If it is for the entire community, we can start a cooperative society. So aspirations through a jointly owned. After all, cooperative societies are not mine or yours. It is ours. It's ours. It's not mine, or it's not yours, it is ours. So it is jointly owned. You are contributing 100 rupees. She is contributing 100 rupees. She is contributing 100 rupees. I am also contributing 100 rupees. I took one share, you took one share, you took one share, you took one share, and we are just having a cooperative society. And it is our own property. It is not individual's property. Jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. That is the major thing which you have to understand. In a cooperative society, cooperatives are managed democratically. Cooperatives are managed democratically. That means, that is why we say cooperatives are minor democracy. Governments are major democracy, where we are just adopting one man, one vote. One man, one vote. Here there is no one share, one vote. You have to remember, it is here in cooperatives, one man, one vote, or one member, one vote. In all other forms of business organizations, how much you have invested, you will get that much shares and that much vote. So that is not the case here. And that is the uniqueness which you have to understand. This is what the definition. A cooperative is an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. So, the second aspect of our discussion is that values. And we have got 10 values. All these values which we are discussing for cooperatives is not only for the members of the cooperative society or for the people who are working in the cooperative societies. It is for any human being, for that matter. Any human being, whether you are a member or non-member or any person, individuals, the values are applicable. Let us see one by one. I must just go to the next slide. Values. First value, that is self-help. So you are just trying to do your needs or wants or your necessities on your own. That is what we are just trying to do it every time. And sometimes we cannot complete all our works at a time, and we cannot just do it also. Simple example which I can just give you. Our friend from Manipur is there, and he is just having some 500 people who are just going for fishing regularly, and they are catching it. If one is catching some 5 kilograms, 10 kilograms, he can just carry it. But when comes, all people are just having 5, 10 kilograms. Everyone should join together. So that some 100 persons are just collecting 500 kilograms of fish that has to go to Impal or other nearby cities. So naturally, you have to have a vehicle. So there comes the joint effort. So that's what mutual self-help and mutual help. You should just get the help of others. When you need such help, nothing wrong in joining together. Nothing wrong in joining together. If only one person is having fishing and he is just going for sale with 5 kilograms or 6 kilograms of fish, and absolutely there is no need for a fisheries cooperative society. But when 100 persons are going fishing and collecting fish around 500 kilograms in a day, and naturally you need a collective effort, and it goes with collective effort with collective bargaining. So that is why we should join together. So all time you self help will not help you always. You can help yourself to certain extent. Beyond that, you need to have the help of someone else. And that is what we say. When you are joining with others, you are also trying to learn from others. So that is the important thing which you have to understand. In sociology, we used to say that the network, when you are creating network, when you are sitting here, somebody may be having better experience from Manipur. Somebody may be having best experience from Jharkhand. And if we are joining together and discussing the issue, and you can just share your best practices. He can share his best practices to you. So you are learning. So that's what taking place in a cooperative society also. When you are joining together, there is a learning process, and that's what I would like to share with you as part of first value, that is self-help. That responsibility, taking responsibility, is always a good behavior for any individual for that matter. If the training program goes good and right, and he will say that these are all the team members' continuous effort. If it goes wrong, he will say that it is my responsibility. I made some mistake and it went wrong, but it will not go wrong, and it has planned very perfectly, and he is doing wonderfully good job with his team members. So you should take the responsibility when it goes wrong, and that taking responsibility should be the behavioral pattern in a cooperative society by the members, by the board of directors, as well as by the employees. So this accountability board is accountable to the members. and employees are accountable to the board of directors. Employees are accountable to the board of directors. Board members are accountable to whom? The members. So this self-responsibility should be the behavioral pattern of any individual. We are also accountable to the person who is giving employment, and we are accountable to our parents. We are accountable to the society as a whole, and we have moral responsibility to execute certain things. So, self-responsibility, taking responsibility, and accountable to the stakeholders are the values which we need to protect. Next important value is the democracy. If you want to call a cooperative society in one word, it is democracy. That is the uniqueness which is differentiating other forms of businesses from cooperative societies. So that is a uniqueness which you have to understand. How democracy operates here. Democracy has got three important dimensions in the values. One is conscious decision. What is conscious decision? To start a cooperative society or to join in a cooperative society is your decision. Suppose our Gujarat friend is just asking one farmer, dairy farmer, you please join with our cooperative society. Cooperative society will give all these benefits, and we can just work together, and we can produce more milk, and we will get more input like cattle feed, artificial insemination, or other veterinary health care, and we will start this cooperative society. He is just going and trying to convince a person, dairy farmer. And that dairy farmer is, if he wants to join this cooperative society, he should convince himself. We are not, that is why we say next word, free will. We are not forcing them. We should not force them. And he is taking a conscious decision whether to join the cooperative society or not. Whether this society will help us or not. Whether this will create an impact in our life or not. So that empowerment will take place or not. He is just thinking rationally. And after thinking rationally, he is taking a decision. And that decision is conscious decision for which we are permitting. The cooperative society organizers or the government servants should permit them to think and act. Whether to join in a cooperative society or not to join in a cooperative society, it is his own conscious decision. So that conscious decision is permitted in democracy. That is permitted in democracy. And the second point is free will. You are joining on your own. No one should compel you. No one should, force you to join. You, by simply showing a gun, you are not supposed to ask them to join in a milk cooperative society, or by showing an arrow, you cannot just ask them to join in a fisheries cooperative society. So you should give free will, and it is the decision of an individual to join or not to join. The other thing is element of democracy is participation. Participation has got three dimensions. One is participation in share capital. After all, when you want to start a cooperative society, you should invariably contribute share capital, and you should be a member of that cooperative society by subscribing share capital to the cooperative society. Then you should also see that you are a cooperative milk cooperative society or fisherman cooperative society, where a fisherman is joining as a cooperative society. Tomorrow his cash should not be sold in the open market by himself. So you should give it to the cooperative society. So that business participation is the second element. Third element is that in the democratic process, when we are taking a decision in a cooperative society, the member or the board member should contribute. So this is what we call it as participation. So number one is conscious decision. Number two is the free will. Number three is participation. So the next important value is equality. In our Indian constitution, we just treat everyone as equal. You might have read or heard, all are equal before the law. All are equal before the law. And cooperatives are also believing in this philosophy. And this value says that you are not supposed to discriminate anyone, maybe based on caste, color, greed, religion, or any discrimination factor is not in line with cooperative thought. So we are against any discrimination. And when comes equality, we also give equal opportunity. Suppose if you are just bringing 1 kilogram of fish and another one is bringing 2 kilogram of fish, and we should give equal opportunity to give that fish and to sell that fish in your fisheries cooperative society. We should give equal opportunity, and you should give equal opportunity in the board to contest in the election or to participate in any decision making process. So that's what we say: equal right and opportunities, right to be right part of participation, right to be informed. If you are just giving information, one is getting more information about the account statement, another one is not being given any information about what is the society is doing, the performance of the society. So everyone has got the rights, equal rights to be informed, or informed about one doctor, veterinary doctor is coming from your place for your treating the animals. So everyone should get information. So veterinary doctor is coming on such and such date. So equal rights in the same, equal rights, equal heard to inform, or for almost for all activities we don't discriminate and we will give equal rights. The third point which I would like to make it clear is that we are exercising this equality through one member, one vote. Again, it is repetition, but you should understand that exercising this equality comes through practice through one member, one vote. In a milk cooperative society or in a fisheries cooperative society, which you are just proposing, you cannot give 2 votes to one individual. That is not possible in the cooperative philosophy or in the act as well. We just give only 1 vote. That is how we are practicing equality. The fifth important value which I would like to share with you is equity. Equity in the sense it is related to social justice. It is related to social justice. How we are ensuring social justice? Let me again give an example of our Gujar Milk Producers Cooperative Society. Let us take an example like this. Sir in our cooperative society has got 5 milk animals, and he poured around 1,000 liters of milk. Madam has got some 10 milk animals. She poured around 2,000 liters of milk. The value accordingly value. So sir has poured just 500 liters of milk. So now we got money surplus after doing business for procurement, sales, then meeting all other expenses. We have got some surplus. In cooperative philosophy, we say surplus, not profit. In accounting terms, it is called profit. In cooperative theory, we call it as surplus. We have got some money. So we need to distribute. How do we distribute? That's how the equity concept comes. Suppose sir has poured only 500 liters. Sir has poured 1,000 liters. Madam has poured 2,000 liters. Can we give equally? We have got some 300 rupees with us. 300 rupees, 100 rupees, 100 rupees to each? No, it cannot be. So it should not be. So proportionate to his contribution. Proportionate to his contribution, we need to share that money. Okay, so that is called equity in cooperative. That is called equity in cooperatives. The sixth important value is that solidarity. Solidarity, which you might have heard about it in almost all religious scriptures. You will find that they used to speak about solidarity. It is something related to collectivity. It is something related to collectivity. Let us take the example of again our milk cooperative society. We are just running this cooperative society for 2-3 years continuously. And when we make surplus or profit, we just distribute a certain portion as patronage dividend, certain portion as for share capital, limited interest on share capital, and we keep some reserve with us. And with that reserve, we just constructed a building. With that reserve, we just constructed a chilling plant. All these things are all we created out of the effort of all the members. All the members. Everyone has contributed to this. So that's the collectivity which we could see it in the cooperative society. So they have contributed, and that is the collective effort of all the people, and it is not for any individual. It is not for 1 or 2 persons. Might have taken leadership and might have contributed well. But in these assets, common assets, are of the cooperative society and of the everyone has contributed. So that's how we need to see this solidarity as a collective effort, and we should see, when we are working continuously, we can create community assets. We can create community assets. That is the advantage of cooperative society. That's how we can work. The next value is honesty. Everyone, no one can just claim or wants to be considered as, I'm not a honest man, I don't want to be honest. No one can just say that like that. Everyone wants to be a honest man or honest woman. So that's how everyone wants to be claimed, at least. So honesty is our basic value. Honesty is our basic value. In almost all our activities, individually, as an institution, we should be honest. We should be honest. If you just see, we are just biased towards openness. That is why in all other institutions or forms of business organization, you will find they just hide the statements, business transactions. You may be knowing many companies used to come up with statements which is not really speaking the truth of their financial condition. So that is how people are just blamed, and MDs are sent to jail, and many things we are witnessing and reading it in the newspapers. But in cooperatives, we are open. We don't hide things. We are transparent. We don't hide. We don't need to. We are not doing any business which has to be kept as a secret, and we are doing business which can be informed to all our members. Every member should have a right to know what actually our cooperative society is doing. And we are also not honesty in simply doing business alone. It's nothing to do with monetary alone. It is also honesty in our thought. And when somebody is bringing milk to the cooperative society, you should see that the milk is of high quality and without any adulteration. And that is honesty. You should not think even to add water in it. You should not think. That is why we say it's not only monetary honesty, but also honesty of thoughts. Commitments. Once we committed to the cooperative society that we will be selling milk only through this cooperative society, you should accomplish it. Behavior and conduct, and no hypocrisy, falsehood, or underhand dealing. So such things are all not permitted in the cooperative society. If you see, if you don't have honesty in the cooperative society, society will be liquidated at the earliest, or you will be in trouble. And we should say that we should have objectivity. We should always see that we are honest in all our dealings, whether it is individual behavioral pattern or maintenance of accounts or weighing. And when I just referred Rochdale Pioneers Cooperative Society, and they had this principle earlier during that industrial revolution period. People used to be exploited. industrialists, capitalists used to exploit the poor laborers migrated from in the rural areas, counties to the urban areas where industries were there. And only because of that, they have started this structural pioneers equitable society, consumer society. And they had a principle, correct payment. Now you may think, correct payment, is it a principle? Why should we have it? But that is honesty. Earlier, if you just go and get 1 kilogram of sugar, it will be only 900 grams. So there is no correctness, honesty in payment, honesty in food products, they have just kept it as a principle, unadulterated goods. Supply of unadulterated goods. Is it a one? But now we are getting good quality products in it, particularly in our state of Kerala. You cannot sell any adulterated good in our state. You cannot imagine adulterating a good and selling it in this market. That is not possible. So that is a principle. That's honesty. So that's how in all your activities you need to be very honest. Very honest in your thought and practices. You should be honest. And if you are not honest enough, you will fail. You will fail. In a cooperative society, you will fail. There are 3 more values which I just combine it and tell. Yeah? Now we have very limited time. I would like to just take you to the principles as well. So we have very limited time for our disposal. How many more minutes we have? 30 minutes. Yeah, we need more than that, for principles. So I will just combine these 3 values. One is openness. Another one is social responsibility. Third one is caring for others. Openness, social responsibility, and caring for others. Openness in the sense, it means that cooperatives are open to members they serve. In the sense, if they are serving in the Gujar rural village, they are supposed to serve the entire village people. And they have a commitment to serve and assist individuals in helping themselves. Once we started a cooperative society and we have got the commitment to serve the people with whom we are just operating. You know why? What is the moral responsibility we have? You are also using the same road. You are also using the same public facilities, infrastructural facilities. And you are just including air, water. And if you want to pollute, you are polluting and you are not supposed to pollute. That is our concern. Our concern for community goes with non-polluting activities. So we have the commitment towards the cooperative society, community. If someone is coming and asking you membership, and if he is qualified or she is qualified, and if she could join as a cooperative society member, you should permit him to join as a cooperative society member. There should not be any restrictions. When social responsibility comes, you are just making money. You are making money, and that money can be used for the people. You can construct a small school building or a library or a road, or you can construct a clinic, a small clinic of that village. So anything which is possible, you can just do it. And caring for others, again, it is closely related to that point. You can just go for, in our Kerala, you have got many cooperative societies having ambulance service. If many cooperative societies are having ambulance service. If you are ill, sick in a rural village, if you call that cooperative society, they will send you an ambulance immediately. The caring for others, that's what everyone should have it. So these are all the 3 values. So far we have discussed 2 things. One is definition of a cooperative. The second one is values of cooperation. We have discussed 10 values. Now, we are just moving to the principles of cooperation. For your information, these principles, definition, values and principles will appear in all acts. In your Manipur or Jharkhand or Himachal Pradesh or any state for that matter, in India or anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, we have included this statement on cooperative identity with 3 elements: definition, values, and principles in our act. Never act. You know why? This is how you need to perform. That is the reason why we have included it. The first principle, there are 7 principles, and we have around 30 minutes time, and we will discuss it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So one by one. The first principle is that open and voluntary membership. Open and voluntary membership. It says cooperatives are voluntary organization. Voluntary organization. An NGO can promote a cooperative society. Absolutely no second thought. But the people who have got common economic, social, and cultural needs should join together. They should come on their own voluntarily, open to all persons, able to use their services. This is a very important thing which you should understand. You know, in a fisheries cooperative society of Manipur, you are not supposed to enroll a dairy farmer. You know, why should? Honest, milk dairy farmer need not be a member of a fisheries cooperative society. So this is what able to use their services. When you want to be a member of a cooperative society, you should be in a position to able to use that services of the cooperative society and willing to accept the responsibility to membership. What is that responsibility to membership? I told you 3 things. You need to be a member, and you should take share capital, and you should commit yourself to pour milk in that cooperative society, or otherwise you should have transaction with the corporate business, transaction with the cooperative society, not with anyone else. Not with anyone else. And you should participate in the election decision making process. So willingness to accept the responsibility to membership without any gender, social, political, or religious discrimination. This is what we are repeating. We are against any form of discrimination. We are against any form of discrimination. We don't see your caste. We don't see your color. We don't see your greed or religion or any differences is not permitted in a cooperative society. So that is what we call it as open and voluntary membership. Open and voluntary membership. So the second important principle is democratic member control. Democratic member control. When you are reading newspapers, you may be knowing that some board of directors in a cooperative society were superseded or suspended. That is there in almost all over the country. Supersession of board of directors. Democratic member control. Here comes, members are controlling the cooperative society. Members are the supreme. Who are the supreme? If you are asking a question, who is the supreme authority of a cooperative society? That is called general body. General body is the supreme authority of a cooperative society. That means general body consists of all members having voting rights. All members having voting rights are general body. If they join together, once in a year we are joining together to discuss many issues. And they are the people who are electing the board of directors. The board of directors are appointing the employees and taking care of the day-to-day activities of the cooperative society. So when comes the decision making, policy decisions are taken by the general body. Policy decisions are taken. Suppose, we are just in Manipur, our fishermen cooperative society, they are deciding to just take the entire lake under their control. Very big lake with some 25 hectares of water body. They are just taking it. That taking that lake for the cooperative society for fishing is the policy decision. You are taking it in the general body. To execute deed with the local self-government, your panchayat, is the activity of our board of directors. So all these things are all prepared and account statements are prepared by the employees. So this is how the democratic body is working, and everyone is responsible for their activities. Everyone is responsible for their activities, and we are ensuring this. I told you, again I repeat it, through one member, one vote. One member, one vote. That is the super. That is why we are something unique. We are different. Cooperatives are different because we believe in democracy. We believe in democracy. When comes parliamentary election, when comes assembly election, we are just asking everyone to vote. Everyone has got one vote. That's how we are deciding our authority. That is how in cooperatives also we are deciding our authority through democratic member participation. The third principle is member economic participation. Let us take an example. Any other cooperative society that would also be good. So let us take women welfare cooperative society. Yeah? Huh? Women welfare cooperative society. We have many such cooperative societies in Kerala. Women welfare cooperative societies. These cooperative societies are joining together and they are just doing some production activity or processing activity and marketing their produces. Suppose there are 100 women joining in that cooperative society. One woman may be taking only one share. She may be poor, very poor. And another woman may be taking 5 shares, relatively better lady. And another woman may be taking 10 shares, relatively better. But we give only one vote. We will give one vote. That is what we say, members contributed equitably to. Depends on your capacity. You can just take shares in the cooperative society. But still we give only one vote. But when we are just making profit, I told you there are two things which we are doing it. One is limited interest on share capital. You have contributed some share capital for which we are giving limited interest on share capital. When comes patronage dividend, proportionate to your business transaction in the cooperative society. That's how we call it as patronage dividend. These two things you are creating. But other than that, after that we just create some reserves, maybe for building fund, or maybe for other. We have statutory reserves also. That's a law, but still we are just creating some reserves, and that is you cannot divide it. Interest on your share capital, you can take it. Patronage dividend based on your transaction, you can take it as a member. But other things, reserves are in the common pool. And that we are contributing. All are jointly contributing to the cooperative society, but that cannot be shared by the members. That is what we say, common property of the cooperative society, and that comes through reserves. And that is what we say, member economic participation. You should contribute to the share capital. You should do business with the cooperative society. You can take from the surplus limited interest on share capital. You can take patronage dividend based on your business transaction, and after which we are creating common property resources, and you cannot take as an individual, you cannot take it, and that is the common property of our cooperative society for which we have contributed. That's called member economic participation. Cooperatives are autonomous organizations, self-help organizations, and they are controlled by their own members. controlled by their own members. It's autonomous, self-help organizations controlled by their own members. Here comes how we are maintaining autonomy and how we should maintain autonomy. Suppose, when you are starting a cooperative society, what will happen? You need fund. So, say for example, our friend fishing cooperative society, they have mobilized shares. Normally, it will not be adequate for construction of building or for processing of fish. Suppose if you want to, will you smoke it in your state? Fish smoking of a dry, for making it dry fish. Dry fish processing goes with smoking. Yeah, okay. Here we dry it. In some pockets, they go for smoking, from fish to dry fish. So when you are just going for smoke, you need some facilities, a processing facility. What you will do? You have to go for investment. You need money. And you are asking NCDC, National Cooperative Development Corporation. That is the financing agency for our cooperative sector, National Cooperative Development Corporation, NCDC. It is in Delhi, and they will give you funding for any processing activity. Any processing activity. You are approaching them for some 10 lakhs or 1 crore, any way you like, based on the business plan which you have. When you are just going to NCDC, they will ask you the return on investment, how you are going to invest it, and how will make profit, where you find market, and all those things. And that is what we are going to have discussion on 6th. Already the format is being circulated, both for a project as well as for starting a cooperative society. You need a project plan. So you are just thinking that you are taking money, loan. It's only loan they are giving, and sometimes they may give you 30% subsidy also. 30% subsidy also they will give you. But is it if they are just insisting that you should do like this, you should not do like this. You should adhere our regulation, and you should always get permission from us before you are proceeding to new ventures. If they say like that, you are becoming a slave to them. You are becoming a slave to them. Because they have given money to you, you are becoming a slave to them. Is it good? It is not good. It is not why. You have money, you are financing me. That doesn't mean that after giving money, I should be a slave to you. So anyway, whether it is a government or any federal agency funding you will not make you to be a slave. You should stand on your own terms. That is real autonomy. This is principle. But in practice, it's a questionable thing. Yeah. In practice, we don't have any such thing, but I'm just saying, principle, we should stand like this, but in practice, we are like this. The next principle is education, training, and information. Education, training, and information. You should understand the difference between these three words. Education is to mend your behavior. It creates wisdom in you. Whereas training and development is closely related to sharpening your skills. Development is related to managerial decision-making process. When comes information, it is an information which is passed on to the people, particularly here, is passed on to the people to understand how the cooperatives are moving. We have got many stakeholders in the cooperative society. Say for example, we have got employees. An employee maintaining an account of a cooperative society, he should have a better understanding about accounting. And now you may be knowing today in business line, there is a very interesting half-yearly report of agricultural insurance company. Earlier, you never had a statement with the ratio analysis. Now they are operational ratio analysis they are giving. This is the trend which we should understand. Now a cooperative society employee, to understand the efficiency parameters, and you should have an training. So we are just giving, he is preparing the statement accordingly. Employee is getting training. Management, board of management or board of directors are there. Board of directors should have a better understanding about the principles, practices of cooperatives, and they should be trained. They should also be trained, and they should have wisdom to take decisions on cooperative process. So we are just making them, molding them, or mending them, mentoring them to be a good decision makers. Good decision maker through development. When it comes to education, everyone needs education. Everyone needs education. Whether you are a member or a board member or an employee or general public, you need education. When comes information, our society is running well. Okay, that's good. And but what is happening in Gujar village? Only 100 dairy farmers are members of the cooperative society. There are 400 more people are in that village, and of which 300 are having dairy animals. So they can become a member of this cooperative society. There are 2 sarpanch in that village, and they are just, opinion leaders of those 300 members. Youths are having animals, they are supposed to come under our cooperative societies. Government servants, they should know how we are just performing. Everyone should be informed about the activities of our cooperative society, importance of the cooperative society, need for joining in the cooperative society, or need for supporting our cooperative society. Suppose we need a plot of land for construction of a chilling plant. We are approaching a village administrative officer. He should support us. How could he support? Only if we are just, convincing him that the importance of cooperative society and contribution of the cooperative society. So that is why we have to educate the people, we have to train and develop the people, and we should also inform the people, all stakeholders. So the 6th principle is cooperation among cooperatives. I will explain it with an example. We have got in Palakkad district, nearby we have got a district called Palakkad district. That district is known for paddy cultivation. We have got primary agricultural credit societies in almost all villages in Palakkad district. And these Palakkad district primary agricultural credit societies are providing credit, agricultural credit to the farmers. They are also providing seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and all other support to the farmers, paddy farmers. Paddy is being cultivated. When comes marketing, they had a problem. And Supplyco means our Civil Supplies Corporation used to purchase on behalf of the Kerala state. So here what is happening, the primary agricultural credit cooperative society is providing credit, fertilizers, pesticides, and farmers are cultivating paddy. The primary societies joined together in the Palakkad district and started a cooperative society called Paddy Co. Paddy Processing Cooperative Society. Paddy Processing Cooperative Society. This entire farming community in that area, they are supplying to the paddy co. Paddy co has got a very good sophisticated paddy processing unit, mill, rice mill. So they just convert this paddy into rice and other products, and they are selling it to whom they are selling? To the consumer fed. Consumer fed means Kerala Cooperative Consumer Federation. Consumer Federation. So Consumer Federation is selling the paddy co rice. Just now you see the link. Primary societies are giving credit, input, other input, and paddy co is procuring, processing, marketing, all these things through Consumer Cooperative Society, Consumer Fed. When the amount is being paid to the farmers, the paddy co will deduct, or paddy co will directly credit the money in the accounts of the farmers in the cooperative society. So you have given 50,000 rupees loans to the farmer, and he got something around 1 lakh rupees from the paddy co. And the farmer society will deduct that 50,000 plus interest, and rest will be given to the farmers. So this is the linkage. You could see the linkage. This is called, we also call it, for long before, we tried and failed in many other states. Here we are achieving linking up credit with marketing. This concept is called linking up credit with marketing. This is one way of integration, cooperation among cooperatives. The another way is that, let us see like this, Consumer Cooperative Society. Consumer Cooperative Society has got 3-tier. Primary Cooperative Society, Consumer Cooperative Societies, Wholesale Consumer Cooperative Society, Consumer Federations. These wholesale consumer cooperative stores, they use at the district level, they just procure goods at a fair price, cheaper price. Suppose from Himachal Pradesh, we have apple, and they can just bring apple and distribute to the primary societies. So you can reduce the cost of purchase and sell it at fair price to the consumers. They are acting as intermediaries. The wholesale store, that's district level and state level. This is one way of integration. The other way of integration I can give you, there are credit cooperative societies in almost all states, primary agriculture credit societies. They just borrow money from the district central cooperative bank. District central cooperative bank will borrow from the state cooperative bank. So it comes from NABARD to state cooperative bank, state cooperative bank to central cooperative bank, central cooperative bank to primary society to the members, farmer members. So this linkage, this is again cooperation among cooperatives. So you can have any form of cooperation among cooperatives. You know why? When you are joining together, you are starting a cooperative society, you are running well. If you find another cooperative society doing better, you can join together. Milk cooperative society, that's what we are doing. Amul pattern, you have a primary milk producers cooperative society, district level producer union, then state level milk marketing federation. They have cooperation among cooperatives. So this is what we need. This can be at the state level. This can be at the central entire country level. It can be with other countries also. I can give you an example. We have got a National Cooperative Marketing Federation. National Cooperative Marketing Federation. It's a NAFED that is in Delhi. This NAFED, when during Deepavali season, onion price was shooting up. You may be knowing 80 rupees, 70 rupees, 80 rupees onion price was shooting up. By the time what they did, they just from Iran or other country, they just imported onion and supplied to the people. So that cooperation between one country and another country cooperative society. So it could be of primary level, region, state, district level, or state level, or national level, or even at the international level. So that is what we say cooperation among cooperatives. So the last principle. So this principle is called concern for community. Concern for community. After all, we are human beings. We need to protect fellow human beings and our earth as well. Unfortunately, we are just not in a position to go for zero emission even in 2050, and we extended our zero emission for 2070. And we are not, our cooperative society should have concern for the community in terms of two things. We should go for non-polluting business activities. We should not emit carbon. And we should also not pollute water. You know very well that in Ganges, we have got a ministry for cleaning Ganges, but still you cannot imagine cleaning Ganges even. And all Brahmaputra as well. In many other rivers, you could find effluents are there. You should, wastes are everywhere. And that in Chennai we have very recently flood, and you will find flood because we have got plastics. Plastics are the major cause for flood in Chennai, in any city for that matter. So what we have to understand here is that we are having concern for community, and we should not pollute air, or we should not pollute water, and whatever business we do should be in concurrence with the climate resilient and sustainable business activity. We should link this principle with the sustainable development goals of United Nations. So this is what my message on principles of cooperation, concern for community. Sir, how cooperatives present a viable economic option? Comparative analysis of cooperative enterprises. There are many points which we can discuss hours together, but I will take only one point, that is profit versus member satisfaction. After all, we are organizing a cooperative society to meet our common economic, social, and cultural needs. So naturally, when we are starting such cooperative society, whether we need to take into consideration the profit or the member satisfaction. Primarily profit or primarily member satisfaction. I say that primarily member satisfaction. We need to consider the satisfaction of members. But you are producing something around 5 to 10 liters of milk every day. If you could pour regularly in the cooperative society without any breaks or holidays, that itself is a satisfaction. If you make 1 crore profit or just only 10 lakhs profit, that is immaterial. Members are getting good price. Members are satisfied with that. That is primary objective. But we need profit. We don't say that we don't need profit. We need profit for sustainability. We want to do business continuously. We need to replace. Say for example, we have got in many cooperative societies have got laboratories. In Kerala is also known for sugar patients. More number of sugar patients, diabetic patients. We have got in almost many cooperative societies have got a laboratory. You need to take before breakfast, after breakfast you have to take. If you go to a laboratory, private laboratory, they may charge 50 rupees. But in a cooperative society, we charge only 30 rupees or 25 rupees. So this is how they are doing it. But what is happening? These machines, lab machines, has to be replaced at regular interval. So you need to keep a reserve. So where do you find that reserve? Only through profit. So for sustainable business activities, you need business. But profit is not our motive. We are not for exploitative profit. We are not profit mongers. So we are not exploitators. We need profit for sustainability, and we need to see the satisfaction of our members. The last point which I would like to make it clear is that we need to have professionalism. Amul succeeded because of professionalism. We have recruited Dr. V. Kurian. He's from Thrissur. This place is Dr. Verkis Kurian from our Thrissur. And he is the one, contributed for this Operation Flood. And everywhere in this country, we could produce more milk, and number one in milk production throughout the world because of Verkis Kurian. And we are just indebted to him. His philosophy says cooperatives should run with professionals. Even in the board, we should have professionals. We should know what actually we are doing. We can give permission, we can give rights, we can give much importance for democracy, but we should also give much importance for professionals to manage the cooperative society. Then we will have better cooperative society, and this is the best model which we are just having. And after lunch, I will be taking 1 more hour for how to register a cooperative society. My friend will also come and join with me. Thank you very much. How we have to start a cooperative society. Friends, before that, I would like to give a brief introduction about the acts prevailing in this country. We need to understand that the first act was enacted in India in the year 1904. That was only to start a cooperative credit societies. But we thought that there must be some other cooperative societies as well, and there should be a federal cooperative society also. Please, sir, without your presence, we started. There was one act, that is 1904 act, that facilitated only to start credit cooperative societies, and that was not having any provision for starting non-agricultural or non-credit cooperative societies and federal cooperative societies. That is the reason why we have introduced 1912. After all these things are all during British colonial period in India. Then in 1919, there was a reform, Montagu-Chelmsford reform. That reform has made, very interestingly, 2 divisions, state subjects, central subject. So that is what still we are discussing, and many things are all being discussed under that dimension. State subject, central subject, and cooperation became a state subject in 1919. And after that, all provisions during that period, we had provincial acts. Every province had Madras Provincial Act for cooperative societies. And after some time, what was happened? There is a need for starting a cooperative societies between 2 states, between Kerala and Karnataka. Kerala and Karnataka, if you have got some common need, which I just told you, economic need, social need, or cultural need, between 2 village people. One village is in Karnataka, another village is in Kerala. So they would like to start a cooperative society. That has been brought under Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act. The best example which we have for multi-state cooperative society in Kerala and Karnataka is Camco. Camco is cocoa producing cooperative society. We are just having such cooperative societies also throughout the country. Of late, you could find many cooperative societies are emerging under the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act. Under the Multi-State Cooperative Society, many credit societies. And you may be knowing that very recently we had 2 important incidents, or something happened. Very wonderful thing has happened in the Indian continent. The number one is creation of Ministry for Cooperation. Creation of Ministry for Cooperation, and the stalwart of BJP, Amit Shah ji, was given power to manage that ministry, newly created ministry, Ministry for Cooperation. And we also had a 97th Constitutional Amendment permitting a cooperative society to start, anyone can start cooperative society. But what was happened under the 97th Constitution, we almost, particularly Gujarat government has gone to court, and we got a verdict from the Supreme Court stating that the provisions related to state governments, respective state governments, will not bind under this 97th Constitution. Multi-state cooperative societies provisions will have a binding under 97th Constitution. But nothing wrong or no other provisions is wrong or right. For people like me or people like Professor Dr. Veerakumaran, we are just very much in favor of 97th Constitution Amendment. The problem is it is infringing the state government power. So there lies the problem. Otherwise, professionalizing the cooperative society, no one will deny it. Auditing the cooperative society, no one will deny it. Or electing a board for 5 years, no one will deny it. Many provisions are good provisions, but unfortunately, they have not taken into confidence the state governments. So this is one. So now, if you want to start a cooperative society, you need to consider an act. Whether it is a state act or multi-state cooperative societies act. This decision you have to take first. Whether we would like to register this cooperative society under the state act, consent state act. We have a Kerala Cooperative Societies Act. Kerala Cooperative Society Act for our state. Like that, Jharkhand, you may have Jharkhand Cooperative Societies Act. Uttar Pradesh, you may have Uttar Pradesh Cooperative Society Act. Himachal Pradesh Cooperative Societies Act. And Himachal Pradesh, of course, we are just having a best cooperative federation that's for fruits, apple. Apple Production Cooperative and Marketing Society. So we have got every state, we have got a State Cooperative Societies Act. This State Cooperative Societies Act, you can use and register it if it is a primary society and the members are not from other states, and you are not going to enroll anyone from other states as members. It is better to start a cooperative society in the respective states and with the registering with the respective Cooperative Societies Act. If it is, suppose let us take an example of a neighboring state, a border place. Border, in the right side also same topography, left side also same topography, and here also the same protection, there also same protection. Both places are different states, but everything is same. Agricultural operation, or production, procurement, processing, marketing, people, everyone is the same like. So you can start under the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act. Normally, to register a cooperative society, 25 members will do in a state cooperative societies. But to register a multi-state cooperative society, you need 50% from each state, 50% from each state. Then you should think that they are really the people with need. That's what I am repeatedly telling you. Let me give an introduction. How the cooperatives are being started and what for they are starting. You should note that there are two types of cooperative societies. One type is with real need for doing business. The other type is paper cooperative societies. Simply they register it and they enroll some members and they have a cooperative society, and it is only for the sake of letter or otherwise called letter pad cooperative societies. We have this type of cooperative societies. So we don't want to organize such society. I don't advise you to go for letterpad cooperative societies. So such societies are not good, and it is not warranted, and we should not encourage. We should not encourage. We should really go for a cooperative society with real demand. Real demand. My friend was just asking me from West Bengal, sir, can we have a cooperative society for tea farmers, tea producing farmers? Yes, of course, we have a wonderful example in Tamil Nadu. Nilgiris districts, Ooty, you might have heard about Hillock, Ooty. There we have got many small farmers. Like agricultural operation, they have a plantation in Ooty, small farmers, 1 acre or 2 acres or 5 acres of land, having tea as their crop. Tea as their crop. And they just joined together and they started cooperative societies. Tea growers cooperative society. We can have such cooperative society. They can join together. And what is there? We need a processing plant. Where the problem comes, you have joined together, some 100 tea growers joined together, formed a cooperative society. But that 100 cooperative, the growers, tea growers, cannot go for a tea processing unit. They cannot go for a tea processing unit. It's a huge investment. And even if you are investing money, borrowing money, investing, or someone is supporting and starting the cooperative processing unit, you cannot run it with 100% input. 100% means one may bring 25 kilograms, and it may not be more than 2,500 kilograms, which is not sufficient for running a plant. Maybe a small mini plant you can have it, but you cannot have a viable plant. So what you have to do? You have to go for a cluster. And in what they are just doing in Ooty, 100 farmers are having a small society. Another 100 farmers are having a small society. So 5-6 societies joining together and going for a plant. Model, you should understand. They are just going for a plant. And all these 5-6 societies will go for a funding from NCDC or from any other source, and they just establish a factory, and that will be a viable factory. That will be a viable factory. So when you are thinking of starting a cooperative society, you should invariably think about marketing. Marketing is a very important area where you have to concentrate. If you don't have market, if you cannot market the product, if you are starting it, it will be a failure. That is the reason why when you are just thinking of starting a cooperative society, you should invariably go for a potential survey. My friend is just starting this Snake Hedges Cooperative Society. He said, we are going to start it. I immediately asked, where do you find market? Venom. You need a market for venom. Where do you find market? He said, we have got many companies, medicine production companies. They are just standing in the queue to purchase venom. You have market. We have market potential. So there you don't have any problem. Suppliers are very limited. There are such things also. Suppliers are very limited, whereas we have more demand. So such situation, you can start a cooperative society without any difficulties. Then madam was just asking one thing. Sir, we are just doing some business in a small scale level. Say for example, in Kerala, we have got a self-help group model called Kudumbashri. Women-friendly Kudumbashri. It's a small self-help group. Some 20 persons will join together and they just collect money, deposit money in the cooperative society, and they take loan and lend themselves and collect. It's a joint liability. And they also do business. When they are just, growing, they can start as a separate cooperative society. Nothing wrong in it. When? That is the question which you was asking. This is what where you can do small level. There is one small self-help group nearby. 10 women folk, they just go and purchase goat. They purchase it and they slaughter the goat and dress it. Then they pack them. They are using machines for everything. They slaughtering and dressing, cutting, weighing, branding, packing, and selling it. So they are selling it, small self-help group. Now that is spreading. Now the meat eating is, Kerala is known for meat eating. And we used to take more mutton as well. And now that trend is going in almost all pockets. And now they are thinking of going for a cooperative society. Business, volume of business increases, number of potential active members are increasing. When volume of business is increasing, active members are increasing, you can think of a cooperative society. If you want to start a cooperative society, you should ask all the potential members to sit in a common place and discuss elaborately. First, you should discuss elaborately, and everyone should feel the necessity of having a cooperative society. Everyone should feel the necessity of having a cooperative society. Then you should think, it's not within one meeting or two meetings, you cannot start a cooperative society. And everyone should feel the necessity. Everyone should, be willing to contribute share capital. Everyone should willing to contribute in business. If we are starting a fisheries cooperative society in Manipur, we need to have a contribution. Everyone will assure, sir, I will have some 5 kilograms of fish every day. I will come and give it to you, to the society. That commitment should be there. In the meeting, that commitment should be there. Then what we will just do, we will elect a chief promoter. We will elect a chief promoter. That chief promoter will take a lead. And once the chief promoter is appointed, he can just ask nearby educated fellow or ActionAid. ActionAid will help you to survey the market potential. They will conduct. That's how they are doing it. A chief promoter, a fisherman may not be having adequate knowledge to prepare a business plan. That on 6th you have a program on how to prepare a business plan. So you need to see whether there is any business potential for your proposal or not. Then you are just conducting survey with the help of someone and trying to see that you are confirmed that we have potential, we have active members, we have a chief promoter, and we will get the support of government, we will get the support of your local self-government. Everyone should accept it. Everyone should accept it. So once you just having such environment, then you can just think of preparing a bylaw. All these things are all first meeting you are just discussing only, can we have a cooperative society. Second meeting we can just think of can we just achieve if we start a cooperative society. The third meeting we can achieve it. We will just appoint Jharkhand gentleman to be the chief promoter of this cooperative society. Then he will just discuss again with the other members and he will appoint ActionAid to prepare the business plan. And he will approach a legal cell or cooperative society, assistant registrars or joint registrars or some other persons with whom you have good contact to prepare the bylaw. And bylaw has to be approved by the our members. All members should approve it. So these are all certain basic things which we have to do it. Then what we will be doing, we will collect share money. So that money has, I am skipping all those things. I am going through with my understanding. So you can read it later on with the PowerPoints. So you have to collect some money as share capital, and you should deposit in a bank, cooperative bank preferably, and that receipt has to be obtained. So you should then you should prepare an application. You should prepare an application for registration of a cooperative society. In any cooperative societies act, form number 1, if you say take an act, so I have that act in our Kerala Cooperative Societies Act, form number 1. That is what this it starts with registration. So naturally you will have form number 1 as form for application for registration of a cooperative society. So basic requirements: you should have active members. Active members should accept it, and you should have a proper plan of action, particularly business plan of action, and you should ensure that there will be volume of business, and you should collect share capital, and you should elect a chief promoter, and he will do all these things. And he will also prepare this application. So friends, now we are just moving to the next aspect, the basic legal requirement, form number 1 of any state act, including Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act. So this is the normal standard. May not be, it may vary 1 or 2 things, but still I am just speaking about our state act, and you can see it in our own Kerala other Cooperative Societies Act. Name of the proposed society. If you see, Tiruvannamalai district, Irula Snake Catches Livelihood Industrial Cooperative Society Limited. So this is what they are just given. So proposed society name should be clear, and you should write it. Headquarters of the society, where you are going to have that cooperative society. Yeah. No, headquarter in the sense place. So if it is Gujar village, so the specifically you have to mention name of the place, name of the village, taluk, district, and nearest railway station, are well-known place and distance they are from. Normally we used to give railway station. This is to verify, and this is to authenticate that you are nearer to a place where you can go and transport your products. So nearest railway station. So these are all certain things which we have to fill it up. Then area of operation of the society. What is this area of operation of the society? A primary society can operate only in the stipulated area. You cannot just work anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. So that you have to understand. Suppose you are starting a cooperative society in one particular village, and the area of operation or jurisdiction, otherwise called jurisdiction, that will be only one village. You can have 2 villages or 3 villages. See, this particular society, they have taken the entire district as their area of operation, entire district. Why they have taken entire district? Because in one village you may not find more than 10 or 15 persons. The snake cages may not be more than 10 or 15 persons in one village. So they are just taking the entire district as its area of operation. Again, I told you, it depends on the active membership as well as volume of business. If they are taking only one village in Tiruvannamalai district, one village if they are taking, that will not be a viable cooperative society. So that's why they have taken the entire district. So you have to clearly mention the area of operation. Here comes another problem. Suppose you have a cooperative society already existing in that area, you cannot start it. You cannot start it. You cannot start a cooperative society of same type.
Of the same product basis.
Yeah, of the same type product basis. You cannot start it. So there is a credit cooperative society. Sir, please tell me your village. One village, just a village. Huh? Bangalore. Village. Huh? Kollegala. Kollegala village. Sir is from Kollegala village. And he wants to start a cooperative society, credit cooperative society. Suppose in Kollegala village, if you have already a primary agriculture credit society, you cannot start a primary agriculture credit society in that village. In that village. But if there is no milk cooperative society, you can start a milk cooperative society. So that is what we have to understand. If already there is a cooperative society in that area, you cannot start the cooperative society. What we have to do? Suppose we want to start a cooperative society, I can give an example. See, in Kerala, we have a typical mechanism. In all other states, you will find one grama panchayat. One grama panchayat means you will have many villages or many wards, or 20 wards you may have in a village panchayat. 20 wards, you will have only one cooperative society, primary agricultural society, only one society. But here, we may have we have here, example, two cooperative societies in one gram panchayat.
One for agriculture, one for
No. One for PACS, another one for as well PACS. One for ward number 1 to 10, one primary agricultural society. Ward number 11 to 20, another primary agricultural society. You know, we have more population in our state. Density of population is more. If you see in Kollegala, maximum number of persons living maybe 20,000 persons. But in our one ward, you will find 2,500 persons. Our population, density of population is more. Village, you will have more number of people and more number of services. So naturally, we can have two cooperative society. But already there is a cooperative society in Kollegala village. Now you want to start a primary agricultural society. What you have to do? That cooperative society in a general body meeting should take a decision to just, this area can be permitted to start their own cooperative society. So that special resolution should be there for starting a cooperative society. Again, that is not an easy thing, and it's a political thing, which depends on your capability. So that's area of operation. Other information which we need to fill it up is name and postal address of the person, normally the chief promoter. Then liability of members. This is a very interesting thing. For a long time in our Indian cooperative history, we were registering the cooperative society under the unlimited liability also. Now we are not doing any business in India with unlimited liability except sole proprietorship. We have a sole proprietorship, we have partnership, we have limited partnership, and we have got private limited company, public limited company, and also we have got government corporations doing business in India. But we encourage people to do business with only limited liability. What is this limited liability or unlimited liability? However, we are going to opt only limited liability. There is no option in the Cooperative Societies Act to register a cooperative society with unlimited liability. But we should mention it. Earlier, there was a provision for unlimited liability. But unlimited liability, limited liability in the sense, if it is unlimited liability, in case if the cooperative society incurs loss, the loss or liability should be made from the pocket of your members. If it is unlimited liability. If it is limited liability, you will be losing only the amount of share capital which you have subscribed. So that is the difference between limited liability and unlimited liability. And we always try to do business with limited liability only. Then whether 3 copies of the draft bylaws. This is bylaws have to be, I told you, we need to prepare bylaws and it has to be approved by the meeting, and that approved bylaw has to be enclosed. 3 copies should be enclosed. What this bylaw? What it means? This is actually the guidelines for doing business in a cooperative society. These guidelines are prepared in line with the Cooperative Societies Act. In case if a cooperative society incurs loss, continuously 3 years, if it incurs loss, they will just go for a recommendation, and based on the recommendation, they may go for liquidation. A liquidator will be appointed, and he will take the assets and he will take the liabilities, and he will settle it. Settlement means proportionate to the liabilities. And there are some regulations in the liquidation process. If there is a charge on our cooperative society, like tax, government payments have to be made first. All other things will come later on. So there is a list of things while liquidation. You will be paying all those things first. Then for creditors, we will be taking proportionately. See, for your information, suppose you are just running your cooperative society well, and you have your own secretary, you have your own board member, you have a very well run cooperative society, volume of business is very high. In many states, so they will see, oh, this cooperative is doing good, and they have an air conditioned room, they have a very good car, and they have many other facilities. So your board will be superseded, or even without a board, they will come as an MD. Yeah, joint registrar. I'm not blaming joint registrar, but they will come as a MD or CEO, and they will be in the cooperative society. Their payment is from the cooperative society. But if you are availing the services of a government servant in a cooperative society, you have to pay for it. You have to get no free lunch from the government. Yeah. Registrar office has a very long structure. You will find a registrar, additional registrar, then joint registrar, deputy registrar, assistant registrar, senior inspector, junior inspector. All these people are having powers delegated by the registrar to do certain things. And sometimes a junior inspector may not be in a position to do many things, but a joint registrar may not be in a position to do many things. And everyone has got a set of delegated powers. Yeah. And primary society is being certified. Certificate of registration is being issued by the joint registrar. Then they will be going for bylaws. The content of bylaw is another area which needs at least 2-3 hours. I cannot proceed with that. But normally bylaw means it's guidelines. Guidelines as per the respective Cooperative Societies Act. What you have to do, how you have to do, and how to select a person, how to tenure of the person, management of that cooperative society, maintenance of accounts, everything will be in the bylaw. Auditing, all those aspects. Like a bylaw, you need to have a bylaw which will give you the entire direction, and it is a minor version, prototype of the act. Then whether the membership of the society is limited, the names of persons elected by the applicants to the committee to conduct the affairs of the society for a period of 3 months. You are just submitting application. Immediately you cannot conduct the election for the board. So naturally you need a 3-month board, a proposed board for 3 months to operate the cooperative society. So their list. Then whether the list of promoters duplicate showing their names, father's name, age, profession, place of residence, number of shares taken, and signature or thumb impression. It has got, everything has got a value. If you see name of the person, father's name, age, age means, why we are asking age? If you are below than 18 years, you cannot be a member of the cooperative society. So you should have clear, you should mention the age. Profession. I told you, you are a fisherman. You want to be a dairy cooperative society member. You cannot. So you should mention the profession. And then place of residence. Why we are asking the place of residence? Because are you residing within the area of operation of the cooperative society? If you are just, what is, huh? Kolegalla. Instead of Kolegalla, you are just living in Maranagalli. So if you are living in Maranagalli, you cannot be a member of Kolegalla Cooperative Society. So that's why we are asking place of residence. Number of shares taken. You need to take at least one share, minimum one share, but you can take more than that. And number of shares. Signature or thumb impression, but we are not encouraging off-late thumb impression. We encourage only people with the signatures. So this is. Then 11. Whether certificate obtained from the central bank. Central bank means it is here Central Cooperative Bank. Central Cooperative Bank for the money which we have just deposited. Whether the individual applicants are members of a different family. This is one interesting thing. Why we are asking it should be a different family. In one family, you may have 100 members. If it is a joint family, you may have 100 members. So it should be a different family. One from each. That's why we are asking earlier, you see, population, households. If it is 100 persons or 20, 30, normally in joint family, you will find it. So we need to have members from different households. That is why we are just asking all these things and sign, certified, and with this proposal, business plan, if you submit it, they have to register it and certify that they have registered it. So this is the legal formality in nutshell.